Hello, welcome back to Hanging with Hooper. It is a new day. It is a 2-hour delay. We do that every other Friday for PD. So let's get started with our day and I'll show you what we do. So I just got to school. I get here a little bit later on Fridays because that's the night I stay late. I know Friday seems weird, but we have an after-school program, but not on Fridays, so there's no kids running around. Everybody leaves, and at the after-school program, they keep calling kids over the announcements. It's so hard to focus. But yeah, and all the teachers leave, and so you're here and you can just get things done. And I would rather do that, stay as I need to get things done, so I don't have to do anything on Friday and Saturday, and that is all family time unless I choose to. So I need to get my room ready before our meeting starts, and then I will talk to you about what we're gonna do. All right, so I just got back from our staff meeting and I have about 45 minutes to work before the kids come, which is awesome. We don't always get that time. So I'm gonna check in some work and get that organized because we have Fun Friday and they don't get Fun Friday if they don't have all their work complete for the week. So I'm gonna do that. I have something I'm gonna add to my morning slides, but then those are ready to go. I had a student that was in my room after I left, or this morning, and left me a note from my favorite student, is what my board says. So I love that. It brings me joy and it makes me smile for the first thing in the morning after a meeting. So I love that. But then I'm gonna grade. I'm gonna use the time to grade. So after school, I'm not grading as much, hopefully, and I can get my lesson planning done and get out of here so much quicker. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I just checked in work and I thought I'd share how I do that. Normally I have a student that does it. So tip number one, give a responsible student that job. And then you know who has work checked in and who doesn't. She didn't get it done yesterday because we've been working on a project that she's really into, and I don't take those things away because I need things done. So, but most of the time she is on it and I never have to check anything in. So, but give it to a student. But all I do is I'm gonna just do it this way because you don't need to see student names. So all I do is I have a list of all my students here and I just color in if they completed it. I put an A if they're absent. So you can see I had one student that was here today that did not get it turned in. So then what I take it and do is over here is my missing work board. So whether it's just late, whether you just still need to turn it in so it's a reminder, whether you were absent, those kinds of things, it's all over there. And I also put my no name papers up here as well. So I'm gonna do that. And then in the morning, they are supposed to check to see if they have their name that isn't marked. So it reminds them to turn something in. Or they're supposed to write it on a Post-it because they need to get it complete and it will be on their desk. And if things aren't done by Friday, by Fun Friday, then they have to owe Fun Friday time and they don't get it. So they have multiple days to get things done. I do, however, if they don't turn it in, it's not that they don't have a consequence for not turning it in, because they do. I also keep we'll do it like this sheet here, just because I have student names and I don't need you to see that. All right, so I keep this, and every 3 assignments, I let their parents know that they're not completing their work on time. I usually give them once or twice. So 3 assignments, I send a note home. Another 3 assignments, I send another note home. After that, they start going to the office, and that's in my note. So it's been in my newsletter for weeks because I started it in January. I didn't really have a problem with it until we came back from January. I mean, I had a couple, but I started to have kids acting like it didn't matter. Some other sports had started that's a little bit more popular, and they think because they have games at night that they don't have to get things completed. So I put in the note that from now on, they could be sent to the office for some in-school suspension time to sit down and get their work done, blah, blah, blah. Or at the very least to have a chat with the principal or assistant principal about getting their work done and why it's important and all of that good stuff. So I do keep track of it that way. But as far as Fun Friday goes, as long as they get it turned in, we all have things going on in our lives, and kids have more than what we know, but I still want their parents to know they're not getting things done, and they still need to know that it's important. So those are the 2 things that I do with missing homework. But again, I'm usually just keeping track of this. And then you saw like some were highlighted. Okay, if it's highlighted, that means their parents have been contacted about those assignments. And then if they're not, so I see like one student, if there's 3 that are highlighted, so I've already sent 1 note home. I've also put it into the school system so the administration knows I sent it home. And then there's 2 assignments that are not highlighted. So if she gets 1 more, it's another note home. After that, they would start going to the office. But I also put in the school system every time I send a note home like that. So if parents call upset with me, they know. And they also read my newsletter every day or every week. So they know what is in there. And that parents have been warned about that. So I'm always trying to cover myself and still build expectations and that things need to be done. This is not how the world works. So that's how I do that.
We turn once more to our library of amazing Americans and pull off the shelf the perfect person to show us the rewards of service.
Audrey, I know where you live.
I know where you live.
Well,
What is it?
yeah, I'm gonna kill for Audrey.
What was that? Oh, Cole, I will kill you, bro. Cole,
All right, so we are starting November today. Luke, our brain of the group. It was November. Apparently that meant time for Mr. Trupp to get crazy with his math ideas again. I think he was on a mission to put us through his math gauntlet, dollar word. We're going to figure out the number of blades of grass in the soccer field, he announced one day. What? You're going to make us count grass? Peter yelled. That's nuts. No way, Nick was hollering, dollar word. How are we supposed to do that? Tommy said. I raised my hand. Yes, Luke. You mean we're going to estimate the total number, right? I said. Okay, so I didn't pick up the camera after lunch and recess because we do math. And I was gonna try Boddle, B-O-D-D-L-E. Let me know if you've ever tried that. Well, we were having troubles getting connected. So that was kind of a bust and a little bit crazy at that time. So that didn't happen. And then we did a couple of math games and things, and then by the end of the day, that's our Fun Friday, so we just did that a little bit early, and I spent some extra time grading. I've gotten behind on grading just because I've gotten lazy. I've had things happening at home, and I've had some church things, and so sometimes that happens, but now I'm getting caught up. So I have this stack left to grade. So 1, 2, 3, 4 things left to grade. So I'm gonna sit here and get that done because I don't want that hanging over my head. And I know, excuse me, I know that I won't do it at home. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna plan for next week. And then I'm gonna make my copies. And then I'm gonna skedaddle. I'm gonna get out of here. So I'm hoping that that can go quickly. But yeah, the end of my day was a bust. I had already gotten observed earlier in the week, so, but they would have seen me trying something new and something that didn't work and how I quickly improvised, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. So I welcome them to come in anytime because I think we should be doing something meaningful almost all the time, and they're not gonna come in on those times that I wouldn't be, like before a break or something like that. So anyway, let me get this grading done. And then I'll plan and I'll talk to you about what I'm planning for next week.